Good day, yogis. My name is Brooke Blankenship. Welcome to Chair Yoga. Let's get started by sitting back in our chairs, feeling fully supported by the chair beneath us, pressing the back against the back of the seat, allowing the shoulders and the chest to be heavy. Sitting up nice and tall, and allowing the feet and the legs to feel relaxed. Heels in line with the knees. And when you're ready, closing down the eyes, taking a moment to turn in, focus on the breath. Forget about anything that came before our time together or that will come after. And giving way to the present moment. Gently opening back up the eyes if you've got them closed. And then bringing those hands down by your sides. We're going to take a couple of breaths, just waking up the upper body, taking a big breath in, touching the hands together at the top, and then letting the breath come back out. Big breath in and out. Big breath in. This time, interlace those hands and bring them to rest at the base of the skull, behind the head. Bring your elbows out wide. Look up towards the sky, stretching through the collarbones in the front of the body. And then exhaling as we draw a line with our chin to our chest. Bringing those elbows next to the ears, feeling a stretch through the back of the neck and the upper back. Big breath in as we open up. Exhale as we come back down. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Coming back up through neutral. This time we're going to extend those arms straight up in the air. I want you to grab hold of your right wrist with your left hand. And we're going to gently give a tug on that wrist. Maybe even turning the armpit and the chest a little bit towards the ceiling. Breathing into the side body stretch here. And then back up again, releasing that wrist, grabbing the opposite one, breathing in. And back up through center, releasing the arms down, shaking them out. Excellent jobs. So, bringing your hand down, we're going to come back into that neck just a little bit. Bringing your hand down and hovering it over an imaginary table. We're going to take our right ear and drop it towards our shoulder, okay? So moving around that hand, any that you need to, until you can find that sweet spot in the neck. You can bring your opposite hand over and gently give yourself a little massage from the base of the head down the neck towards the shoulders. Breathing into the stretch. And then when you're you're ready to come back up, cradling the head with that hand. So pushing the head back up through center, shaking out that arm to the other side. So I'm going to hover over that imaginary table, dropping my ear towards my shoulder. Moving around, finding where that stretch feels best. Maybe bringing the fingers up again to massage. Wherever you are, breathing nice and deep. Excellent job. Bringing your hand to the side of your face, cradling that head back up, shaking it out. All right, and then pushing forward on your seat just a little bit. We're going to come into some cat-cow. So waking up through the spine now. So I like to bring my feet at least hip width distance, maybe a little bit wider. I'm going to bring my hands to my kneecaps, and I'm going to breathe in as I pull my chest through my arms. Like I'm trying to use my chest like a bow and arrow, pulling it through my arms. Big breath in. Exhale as I round everything back, arching the back, bringing the belly button towards the spine, drawing a line with the chin down towards the chest. Inhale up. Exhale back. Finding that fluid movement through the spine. One more here. And then coming back to center. Excellent job. So scooting forward on your seat, we're going to come into a one-legged forward fold. So stretching one leg out in front of you as straight as you can, keeping a bend in the opposite knee, okay? Our toes are going to be bending up towards our face, so flexing up towards the face. And we're just going to lean forward until we start to feel that stretch happening in the hamstring, the calf, the back of the leg, even on down to the heel, okay? So using your hand for support on your knee or on your thigh, really. Breathing into the stretch. Coming down as far as feels good in your body. When you feel that hamstring start to scream, back off a little bit. And just send your breath there. If your leg is shaking, that's a good sign. Excellent job. Coming back up. I want you to bring that knee into your chest. Rotate the foot each direction. And then pulling that knee out to the side. Coming back in. Out. And in. Out. And in. Out. And in. Excellent job. Drop it down. Shake out that leg. Let's go to the other side. So we're going to extend that leg straight in front of us, pointing that toe towards the face. So flexing the toes towards your face. And then I'm going to lean forward with a nice flat back until I find my edge here. And then once I feel it, once that hamstring starts to scream a little bit, I'm going to back off a little bit because I want to be in a place where I can breathe some nice healing breath into that hamstring to help it stretch and grow and strengthen. If I move too far into the stretch, it'll be too painful for me to hold it and really send that cleansing breath there. Excellent job. Coming back up. Bringing that knee into the chest, hugging it in, rolling that ankle back and forth, both directions. Excellent job. And then we're going to move that knee out to the side. So again, straightening up through your back, grabbing hold of the side of the seat or the leg, and then moving out to the side, back in, out to the side, back in, out, and in, out, and in, out, and in, out, and in. Excellent job. Setting that foot back down. We're going to heel toe those feet out wide. We're going to come into a goddess stretch. So goddess twist. So bringing the hands into our goddess pose, okay? Hands are out wide, feet are out wide, facing the diagonals of the room. And we're going to turn to the right all the way, as much as you can, and then back to the center. Turn to the left, back to the center. Breathing in and out. In and out. All right, and then making your way back to center, relaxing, bringing those feet back together. We're going to come into some salutations to the sun. So making your feet hip width distance maybe a little bit wider, taking our hands down by our sides for our seated mountain pose. Big breath in, reaching the arms up, look up at the hands. Exhale as we fold the chest forward over the legs, down to the feet. Halfway lift, flatten the back, and fold. And rise all the way back up. Hands to the heart. Inhale up. Fold. Halfway. Fold. All the way. Hands to heart. Inhale up. Fold. Halfway. Fold. All the way. Hands to the heart. Inhale up. Fold. Halfway. Fold. All the way. Hands to heart. Inhale up. Fold. Halfway. Fold. All the way. Hands to heart. Inhale up. Fold. Halfway. Fold. All the way. Hands to heart. Gathering the hands at the heart, shutting down the eyes, taking a moment to set an intention for the rest of our practice today. Maybe your intention is very simple, like stay with your breath, or be in the now, be present. Maybe it's more complicated. All intentions are good. All right, friends, opening back up the eyes, bringing the hands down to the lap. We are going to move into a lunge pose, okay? So starting out, on our left side. I want you to position yourself so that your right foot is going to be coming forward, and then we're going to take our left foot behind us and flatten it out as much as we can on the floor. So we're looking to get a straight leg behind us, okay? So if you cannot flatten your foot on the floor, you can send your heel up to the sky. Either way, our arms are going to come up. We're pressing down into this foot, okay? We're using our chair for support, but if we really wanted to, we could press into both feet and lift ourselves right up off that chair, okay? So making this a really active lunge here. Breathing into your pose. And then lowering the hands back down. Bringing that knee around to the front. Coming back into our goddess pose. This time we're going to side stretch down, come back up, side stretch down, back up. 2 more times. Down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. Excellent job. All right, so now we're moving to the opposite side. You're going to bring that left foot in front and you're going to ground that foot down into the floor, okay? My right leg is going to come behind me. I'm going to try to straighten it and get my foot flat on the floor. If I can't do that, then I'm just stretching my heel up, okay, and putting a little bend in my knee. Arms come up, feeling that stretch through the front of the right hip. Excellent job. Leave it. And then bringing that leg back around, coming back to the center. We're going to come forward into a forward fold, double forward fold. So again, my bottom is on the edge of the seat. I have moved my feet forward. I'm going to put a little micro bend in my legs, and then I'm going to fold forward over my legs. Let my body be heavy. And then rising back up. Excellent job, yogis. Standing up behind the chair now. We're going to heel toe those feet out wide, toes pointing to the sides of the room. We're going to come down into Malasana, Yogi squat. So using the back of your chair for support, holding on to the back of the seat, and then bending those knees to follow the direction of the feet. Okay, so bending the knees and then coming back up, adding our breath in, inhaling down, exhaling back up, matching your movement with your breath, moving at your own pace here, and up, Bailey, leave it. And back up. Excellent. So before we heel to those feet back in, we're going to come up onto our toe and back down. Toe and down. Tippy toe and down. Toe and down. Stretching through the front of those shins and the feet. Keep going. You can slow down your pace. You don't need to move too fast or too fast. You can move at whatever pace you need to. Excellent job. And then heel toeing those feet back together. We're going to come back to our seats. This time, we're going to ground down that left foot into the side of the mat. And then we're going to bring that right foot out in front of us. Again, we're looking to get that knee straightened and to put the foot flat on the floor, okay? So make sure you scoot yourself enough off your seat so that this leg is able to hang free. Now bringing the hands out over the side for warrior two. And then reversing our warrior. So letting that hand slide down the back of the leg, lifting up and over. Breathing in through the front body. And then back into our warrior two. And then elbow to knee for our side angle. Big breath in as we reach our arm up to the sky. Exhale as you extend the elbow towards the ear. Opening up that arm and chest maybe towards the ceiling. Breathing into the stretch. And then back up into our warrior two. This time we're going to bring those hands in or lace them behind our back and come down into humble warrior. So bending towards that left knee. And then rising back up. Releasing the arms, shaking them out. Coming through center, we're going to bring those toes out wide. And this time, bringing your hands up into goddess pose again. And this time we're going to come down to the knee and back up. Down to the knee, back up. Excellent job. And then coming to the other side. This time we're going to ground down through that right foot. Left foot is going to come out behind us, trying to straighten out through that leg. Arms are going to come out to the sides. Warrior two pose. Big breaths in and out of the nose. Pressing the feet down into the floor, feeling strong in our warriors. Reversing our warrior, we're going to let that hand slide down the back of the leg, bringing that arm up, opening up the chest and the armpit towards the sky. And then back up again, big breath in, let it go. Big breath in. Let it go. Excellent job. Bring that elbow to the knee, arm up. Big breath in. Extend to the ear. Back up to our warrior two. Grabbing the hands, interlacing them behind you, trying to straighten out those arms. Big breath in, get really tall and broad in our chest. And then leaning forward into that leg for humble warrior, straightening out the arms if you choose. And then coming back up through center, releasing the arms. Shaking them out, coming back through center. Bringing our feet out wide and again dropping our shoulders one at a time. Finding that nice stretch across. All right, excellent job. Coming back up to standing yogi, friends. And we're gonna come onto the side of our chair this time, bringing those toes out wide. I'm gonna put myself on the other side. It'll fit better in the screen. Okay, so bringing those toes out wide, and we're gonna face them at an angle out a little bit, okay? And we're gonna bring ourselves down to our seat. So bringing our hands down to the seat. I want you to take your right hand and position it right underneath of your face. Take your left hand and lift it up to the sky. Come on down and let's switch sides. So we're going to take our opposite hand underneath the face, reaching the other arm up. Excellent job. Bringing those hands back down to the bottom of the seat. Heel toe your feet together. And now we're going to walk those feet out behind us and let our chest be heavy coming down into the seat. So walk your feet out as much as you need to. We're coming into a version of downward facing dog. If this is too much, too low for your body, you can also do this over the back of your chair. I do not have enough room behind me, so I'm going to move this to the side. But we're doing essentially the exact same thing. We're moving our body out. We're letting the chest be heavy. We're trying to find some length in the spine. Excellent job, yogis. Bringing yourself back up through center. Coming back down to your seat. We're going to come into a triangle pose. So in triangle pose, we're going to take our foot out to the side, okay? But in order to do that, we need to make sure that our leg is hanging all the way off that chair. Now, there are two ways for us to come into our triangle pose here, okay? The first way is for us to take our hand, slide it down that leg, reaching up and over, okay? So my toes are actually flexed towards my face here. Excellent job. If this is too much for you, you can also just grab a hold of the side of the chair, trying to turn that upper body, turn that chest towards the ceiling, opening up and twisting at the same time. Excellent job. Coming back up, we're going to switch to our opposite side here. So I'm going to scoot my chair over so I don't go off screen for y'all. And I'm going to bring that foot out to the side. Again, I'm going to slide that leg down. I can either take hold of the side of the chair or I can reach that arm up and over. Stretching into our triangle. Excellent job. Coming back up. Back through center. So keeping your bottom on the edge of your seat. We're going to reach that knee up just like we did at the very beginning of class. This time we're going to cross it over our knee. Okay, so knee over ankle. And sitting up nice and tall, we're going to come into our seated pigeon or seated figure 4 pose. So if you are already feeling the tension in the hip, then stay right here. If you need a little bit more, take a big breath in, get really, really tall and long in your spine. And then lean forward until you can feel that hip fire up. As soon as you do, back off a little bit and then send that cleansing breath there. Coming back up through center, we're going to cross our knee all the way over this time, squeezing our feet together, and we're going to come into eagle. Okay, so squeezing our legs together. We've got our left leg over. That means our left arm is going to come under. Okay, so staying here in your single wrap, grabbing hold of opposite elbows or opposite shoulder blades, or trying to come into that double wrap. Wherever you are, we're going to take a big breath in and reach those elbows up towards the sky. Chest towards the sky, elbows towards the sky. Big breath out as you let those elbows come down and try to touch the knees, pulling everything into the inside, even that belly button towards the spine. Big breath in as you come up. Release and come back down. Again, up. Release and come down. Up. Release and come down. Up. Release and come down. All right, releasing, unwinding, shaking out those legs, and then to the other side. We're going to bring that right knee in towards the chest and then cross the ankle over the knee. Sit up really nice and tall, getting really nice and tall in the spine, feeling that hip start to fire up. If you need more, take a big breath in and then breathe that nice releasing breath into the hip as you lean forward. Taking a few breaths here. Coming back up, crossing that leg all the way over. We're going to heel toe that foot to the center line of the body and then squeeze those legs together. This time our right leg has come over, so our right arm is going to come under. We're going to find that single wrap, grab the opposite shoulder blades, or find the double wrap. Yogi's choice. Once you get there, let's take some big breaths in as we reach those elbows up and back down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. climb up and release down. Release, shake it out. Great job. So we're going to come into one more final twisting pose before we release and go into our final few poses of class today. So our final twisting pose, I want you to come onto your toes, okay? So we're going to pretend like we're in chair pose. Well, we are in chair pose. We're in the chair, right? We're going to be in chair pose, but on our tippy toes. I'm going to put you on your tippy toes because we're really going to try to get our elbow towards our knee. So we're working on getting the outside of our elbow to the outside of our opposite knee. And if we lift our toes up, now our knees up with our toes, makes it a little bit easier to achieve, okay? So come up onto your toes, take your hands into prayer pose, and then we're going to reach over and try to get that knee to the outside of the elbow. Once you get there, I want you to take a big breath in, and then try to get your hands in line with your chest as you twist and look to the opposite side. Unwind, release, come back through center, and let's go to the other side. So bringing that opposite elbow down to the outside of the knee, giving yourself some leverage there, and then twisting the body. Excellent job, yogis. Coming back through the center. All right, so we're going to come into a reverse plank pose to open up through the front of the body where we've just been condensing and squeezing everything together. Now we're going to open everything up, okay? So we're going to do this pose 3 times. I'm going to turn my chair to the side so that you guys can get a better view of what the pose looks like, and also so that I can show you some modifications for the pose as well on how to make it adjust it for your own body, okay? So the very first way, and we're going to bring our toes out, okay, our feet out, and we're going to point our toes towards the ground. I'm going to take my hands into the side of the chair, and I'm going to lift my hips up, trying to make my body straight as a board. I'm stretching through the shoulders, through the chest, through the upper body. If I'm comfortable, I can let my head fall back a little bit, okay? If this is too much for you, bend your knees. Bending your knees and still being able to find that stretch through the upper body, and then coming back to your seat. We're going to go for 3 times here. So bend your knees, bring your feet back in towards your chair. If it's too much to straighten your legs, and lift up, lift those hips up, stretching, 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 and back down. Last, or 2 more times. Ready? Lifting up and back down. Lifting up and back down. Excellent job. We're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold here, letting everything just be heavy for a moment. So bringing those feet out wide, bringing the elbows down to the knees, allowing the head and the upper body to be heavy. And on your next exhale, very, very slowly, as slow as can be, walking yourself back up and out of our forward fold. Pressing your back once again to the back of the seat. allowing your feet to rest comfortably underneath of your ankles and your knees, resting your arms, your shoulders, your upper body, relaxing your jaw, the space between your eyes. Closing your eyes if you're comfortable and just taking a few minutes to turn in here. Come right back to where we started at the beginning of class. Observe what's different. Observe what's changed. Comfort makes everything better. With comfort comes nurturing, genuine acceptance, and love. Comfort doesn't involve any expense. It comes from the heart. It goes right to the heart. Look at how much better you feel when you receive comfort, when you comfort yourself, when you allow the universe to comfort you. Look at how those around you respond when you give comfort. A comforted person feels renewed, healed, genuinely okay. When you're comforted, the pain and stress has awakened you. Each morning dissipates. You open your eyes and feel happy to be here. Happy to be you. You know, really know, that all is well. Finally, you feel safe. When many of us were young, we ran to our mother, grandmother, or aunt to make a skinned knee, a hurt feeling, a bruised ego better. Now we are grown, but there's another mother who can do that too. Some call her the nurturing, feminine side of God. She is all that is in the universe and in each of us, that is loving, tender, and gentle. And her comfort really does make everything better. Comfort heals. It brings joy to the spirit. Comfort renews power, vitality. Comfort opens you up like the sun unfolds the petals of a fragrant and beautiful flower. Simply put, comfort will make you and those around you happy. Beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes, slowly bringing movement back into the body. Releasing the arms down by the sides and bringing the hands up overhead, letting out a big stretch, a sigh or a yawn. The light and the love and the peace inside of me honors the light and the love and the peace inside of you. Go forward with light and love and peace in your heart and throughout your day. Namaste. See you soon, yogi friends.